Come on, come on, come on, come on. That was huge. That was fantastic. That's exactly what we needed out of the Phillies tonight to try and get this monkey off our back. We snapped a 7-game losing streak. We win 13-7, and we had 19 hits today. That was awesome. That was the Phillies baseball that I remember seeing early in this year. We go with the new lineup. The top of the lineup was fantastic. What I loved about this game, well, there's two major things I absolutely loved about this game. It's Brad Miller's bamboo, and it's Gabe Kapler's curveball machine. Those are the reasons why we won this baseball game, fellas. Those are the reasons why. On a serious note, one thing that stood out to me was we were down 2-0 early. We came back. We actually take the lead. But in the 5th inning, we go down 6-5. But we still fight back. Once Maikel Franco hit that 2-run bomb to center field in the bottom of the 5th inning, it was all Phillies from there. The Phillies just took control. Now, this is one of those games where the ballpark, I don't know what was wrong with it, but the ball was leaving every chance it possibly could. The ball was flying. The ball was dropping in all these places. The ball was finding the gaps. It was just a hitter's day, if you will. We had 19 hits, but you look at the Mets and they had 15 total. The ball was dropping. The ball was finding ways today. But the Phillies had enough. Tough night for Zach Eflin, and we'll get to Zach Eflin, but let's, before we get to the bad side, which was Zach Eflin, let's look at the positive. Let's look at the beautiness of this game. I mentioned the top of the lineup, Scott Kingery, Gene Segura, and Bryce Harper today. At the top of the lineup. Absolutely fantastic. Scott Kingery at the leadoff position, and you know what? I loved it. I always thought, it would be nice to give him a shot, but I liked him at third in the lineup. Even though that's Bryce Harper's spot, I get that, but I understand why you would put him in a third spot, maybe in a fifth spot, in a sixth spot. I understand why he would be in that type of situation in the lineup, but in the leadoff position, he was absolutely stunning today. He went 3 for 6 and scored 2 runs. Gene Segura, 4 hits today. He had a homer, a double, 2 singles, hustling. Also, unreal day out of Gene Segura. Bryce Harper had 2 RBI doubles. He had 2 of those. And arguably the play of the game. Because in the 4th inning, the Mets were making some noise. Matz, of all people, gets on first base, and then he's going from first to third on a play. Bryce Harper with a cannon, a legit cannon from right field, to hose him out at third base, and that changed the entire 4th inning. That was a huge play. It kept the Mets off the board. It kept the Mets away from some damage, and it was a big-time difference maker in this ballgame. Maikel Franco, let's go to more of the lower end of this lineup. Maikel Franco today, offensively and defensively, was special. He was on base 4 times. He had 3 hits, including that 1 homer. But on the defensive side, he's making plays with his bare hand, throwing it to first. He was great, spectacular. That's the Maikel Franco we need. That's the Maikel Franco we saw earlier in this season. Why can't we get that all the time? Hopefully, he can move with this type of swagger the rest of the way. Because if we get that type of Maikel Franco, that changes our lineup. Cesar, 3 hits today. Everyone really did produce. Reese only had 1 hit, but guess what? That 1 hit was a bomb. Jay Bruce, he steps in for a pinch hit opportunity. A bomb. Awesome. All-around team win when you take a look at this lineup. Everyone had a role. Everyone made something happen. We were also aggressive on the base paths. We were forcing the Mets to kind of throw the ball around. Now, there was some sloppy play at times by the Mets defensively, but take advantage of that. We're hustling. We're stealing bases. And guess what? When we stole those bases, those players found a way to come around and score because of timely hits. It was awesome. Someone I didn't mention yet. JT Realmuto. He had a ball that went to the gap, hit off the wall a little bit funky. He gets to third base. Everyone produced offensively and was a reason why this team was so successful today. So Zach Eflin. just one of those nights where both pitchers were getting crushed, and the ball, like I said, was not on the side of the pitcher today. He only went 5 innings. He allowed 11 hits. Just one of those nights. For both sides, really. Just one of those nights. 11 hits, 6 earned runs. The ball was definitely flying out of Citizens Bank Park. 1 walk and 4 Ks. But Nicasio came in and did a good job. J.D. Hammer for 2 innings came in and did a good job. We did allow a run there late in the 9th, but that wasn't neither of them, of course. It's a shame because Zach Eflin has been so solid for us. He's been our best pitcher all season long. And tonight, when we finally had run support for him, he wasn't able to dominate and demolish the Mets lineup. The Mets lineup did pretty well today. Hitting, they just didn't have enough. I mean, it's hard to win when you allow 13 runs. But some of their players had great days at the office at the plate. Wilson Ramos had 3 hits. Conforto had 3 hits. They were making noise. They were getting on base. But at the end of the day, we just out-executed them. And hopefully this team can build off this. This is the moral of the story. We get our 40th win. We're now 40-38. We're fighting for a wild card spot at the moment. We need to find a way to ride this rhythm. The Mets are falling apart, all right? Just like the Phillies were the last 7 games, the Mets are truly falling apart. If we can crush them, dominate them, hopefully that just sparks some swag with this team. Tomorrow we have Jake Arrieta on the mound. Do it again. Do it again. It feels great, though. It feels great. Sitting there on the couch watching this team rake, hit dingers, watch Bryce Harper throwing balls in the gap. Not throwing the ball, but hitting the ball in the gap. Running the bases hard. Rhys Hoskins with a moonshot. Jay Bruce coming up. Watching Maikel Franco, like, it was so entertaining watching this team rake. At times, of course, it got frustrating because early in this game, we allow them to take a 2-0 lead early. It seems like whenever the Phillies took the lead, they instantly lost it. 2 solo shots the other way. It felt just like it was going to happen again. It felt like this was going to be a game where our hitting was finally there, but this was a night where our pitching wouldn't show up and we would find a way to lose. But once that 5th inning occurred, once Maikel Franco, yes, that's right, Maikel Franco of all people, went yard, we didn't look back. And you got to credit everyone. Gabe Kapler for setting the nice lineup tonight. Scott Kingery. Hell, even Brad Miller for that bamboo. But no, on a serious note, Scott Kingery had a great day with those 3 hits up at the top of the lineup and scoring 2 runs. Gene Segura with 4 hits. Bryce with those doubles and that big throw. Maikel Franco, Cesar, like everyone was so great tonight. And also, who was awesome? If you go on Twitter and go look at what Andrew McCutchen put up after the game celebrating the victory, that was hysterical. I love Andrew McCutchen on social media. He is a trip and a half. 40-38. 40-38. See, the Phillies are putting me in the mood now where I'm excited to put the jersey on. I'm looking through the jerseys. Yeah, you know what? I think I'm going to put one on today. I'm feeling good. And I know the last 2 episodes I put them on and we were getting destroyed. But today, I'm thinking through, yeah, it felt good. It felt right. That's right. It's funny how one game puts you in a little bit different of a mood. Imagine if we lost this one. But, realistically, it's mandatory to take 3 of 4 in this series. So as great as this feels, all right, don't get too cocky. Use it for motivation. Use it to understand you can do this on any given night. But don't get too cocky. Come out tomorrow and duplicate it. Duplicate it. 3 of 4 is the floor when it comes to this series. It's either a sweep or 3 for 4. And it all starts tomorrow. I can't believe we had 19 hits, put up 13 runs. You take a look at the 7 games we just had. I could be wrong, I believe we only scored 15 runs in those 7 games. 13 tonight. Oh, man. That is night and day. And I mentioned this. At some point, these players are going to hit their average throughout their career. At some point, these averages are going to come back to the realistic numbers. So when you see Gene hit 4, okay, yeah, that makes more sense. Getting that average back up. You see Bryce start to hit those doubles. He start to get out again. We've seen Bryce in May with those doubles. So let's see. Let's see how they respond. Let me know your thoughts down below on this game from the entire lineup, from all these players offensively to Zach Eflin. I want to hear your thoughts on Zach Eflin and the bullpen. Nicasio, Hammer, those two stepped up there when needed to keep the game at the level that it was at. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next time.